Hey everybody, and welcome back to the HobbyDude 007 channel. Mail call, and we have the latest issue of Model Cars magazine, issue number 225. And in addition to the great cars we're going to take a quick peek at, there's something else in here that I think is pretty special too. Stick around, I'll tell you about it. I look forward every issue to magazines when they come out. A lot of the content creators, as many as I can keep up with. Sometimes I probably need to be here at the workbench working versus on YouTube or with my nose in a model magazine or a car magazine. But hey, that's great inspiration, great stuff there too. Model cars has always been one of my favorites, and this has got some special stuff. I'm going to open right here, and I'm going to show you this first. Normally, I skip the table of contents simply because I'm going to read through the whole magazine anyway. But you've got to see this. Bob Jernigan. This is one of his builds, and this is one of the two on the cover. I have been privileged to see both of those cover cars up close and in person. Now, I'm going to hold this close so hopefully you can see it, but check all the detail. When it comes to showroom stock, striker plate for the hood latch, all of this stuff, when it comes to showroom stock, if you look at anything of Bob's, you would be hard-pressed to find anything that is not there, that's just like on the real car, and absolutely accurate. Check this little tag out on the hose here. Is that not just cool? Every little thing. And when we get over into the magazine, I'll show you some more. Everything fits like a dream too. When the doors open and close, just like the real thing. This is some engineering as well, guys. But this is just absolutely beautiful. Now let's get on into the magazine a little bit. Now this next thing is kind of what I wanted to share with you. This is from the editor and publisher and founder of the magazine, Greg Hutchings. 25 years. This October 2024 will be the 25th year for Model Cars magazine. Can you believe it's been that long? And Greg goes into some things here that are very true. There are people that from so many different walks of life that I would not have met, and this is kind of what he's saying there too. We would not have met if it wasn't for the hobby, this magazine, the shows, things like that. But through this hobby, great friendships that have been very much, and he echoes this too, family. They've become family to us, and I absolutely, positively agree. But 25 years, so kudos to Greg and the staff for, hey, looking after us. This is he goes on in here to say, even with some issues health-wise, hey, this is his passion and his love too, and it shows, and we do appreciate it. 25 years, how about that? Now, workbench worthy. Check out these hinges, 3D printed hinges. There's all kinds of stuff. If you're not subscribed, and we've talked about this before, all kinds of cool stuff, display cases. And let me give a shout out here real quick to Slick's Decals too. I just picked up some stuff from them. If you need decals for drag racing, even some of the stock car contingency stuff, some of the old number sheets, things like that, drag racing stuff from Competition Resins, this is your source for stuff. Head on over there to their website, www.slicks.com, and check them out. There's some great stuff there. Like I said, you'll find stuff for more than just drag racing, but that's their speciality, I guess you would say. In the forum finds area, you've got a 1964 Galaxy before and after. Check out that thing. And like a real restoration. Cool stuff. this ad for Atlantis, when I was going through this, I saw a couple things. You know, I'm working on that 32nd scale Lumina, and I saw that 32nd scale Dodge Charger, and I know they make the Camaro, several other things, funny cars in 32nd scale. So the wheels are turning for that already too. But there's a few other things in here I haven't seen in a long, long time. There's the Mongoose down there. A lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool stuff. Community Spotlight. This one is on the Atlanta Car Modeling Enthusiast, or ACME. And if you went to Cartersville last year, I know many of you did go by the Savoy, which is an automotive museum. And there are some absolutely fantastic cars in there, some great inspiration for some bills in there too. But the guys took a crew, I think the article said about 14 guys with about 112 models or something like that, for families and kids, and had a make it, take it. So they got to build a car and take it with them. But always good to promote the hobby and get young people involved in it too. So kudos to the Acme boys. They always do it right as well. And speaking of them, on the adjoining page, a flyer for the upcoming Southern Nationals 2024 on October 26th in Cartersville, Georgia, as it was last year. This year's theme, y'all have heard me mention this a number of times, but is the 60th birthday, 60 years of Mustangs, as well as pickup trucks. And then you have your regular top 10. And it's always the shopping, the friends, the people I get to see. It's always just a fantastic time of fun. Great inspiration in those bills that are on the tables too. Y'all have heard me say this many times, but there have been times I've gone to Atlanta and didn't even take a car to put in the show because I was there for the fellowship, to visit with the other guys, as well as see old friends, as well as do some shopping, some serious shopping. So if you can make, in Cartersville, Georgia, is just north of Atlanta. Well worth it. One of the big shows. They were right at 1,000 entries last year. It was absolutely awesome. 69 Barracuda. You guys remember that Amanda, my wife's favorite car of all time, was her high school and college 1969 Barracuda Coupe. She never was a fan of the fastback, but I kind of like the fastback. But I got to admit, her coupe is absolutely awesome. That's 69, but this one is just the Cudas you see here, 65, 66, 67, 68. That's 68, and there's 69s. So a little background on the story of the 60s Barracuda in there. Always great information in here too. Cool stuff, cool stuff. And y'all know me in that white interior on this era of car too. Love it, love it. And I think this is the latest issue of it. I have a resin I got from Bandit Resins I need to share with you sometime too, but really nice stuff. Love that white interior though. Oh, sketch pad. Now check out the modern Barracuda or Challenger. Tail lights. Oh, same thing up front. But look at the profile of that thing. You know, Scale Auto used to do these sketch pads, and my buddy Todd Heinzelman, we were in Toledo one year, and he built one from the sketch pad, and it was one of the themes, and it was really cool. The truck and the trailer, it was really cool. But this is the 69 Challenger. Wheels are a-turning, guys. And then we have Impala versus Impala. This is an outstanding article. Our buddy Tim Kalankowicz, who I've been privileged to know for probably close to 30 years or more, is comparing a kit, as you see here, to a 3D printed version. And as you can see, the difference in the hoods, the 3D printing. And by the way, you can purchase the files for these and print them yourself if you have a printer. And there's the simplistic kit. And look how much more detail is in the 3D printed. That's some awesome stuff there. And then there's your engine bay, 3D print, the interior tub, and there's your interior pan with the individual stuff. So a bit more detail there. And there's your templates in 3D from for the windows, and then the kit windows. That's really cool stuff. And on one of them, the 3D, he decided to add a vinyl top. I'm not going to get into too much detail with this guy, so if you haven't picked your copy up yet, or you're not subscribed, you can see there's some great benefits in this. Accurizing, adding up the little bumper guards, that kind of stuff, adding to them. Just really cool stuff. Tim always does an outstanding job. Now check that out. Always does an outstanding job. And he's a great photographer, as you can see here too. But, but check that out. That's your 3D version. And I tell you, this is cool stuff. All right, now getting back over to Bob Jernigan's cars. As I said, I've been privileged to see these in person, and man, I tell you, the accuracy and level of detail is just something. You see here on this vent window, it's been redone out of brass, and then it's nickel plated, so you've got a functioning kind of vent window there. But check it. Inside the trunk, if you remember the old 60s type car, the matting, the mats that were in there, and you can get that stuff from Scale Motorsports. You see door panels, side panels for the inside the trunk, all that stuff, and that is just really cool stuff. I don't know if I'll get the light on there right, guys, but Bob does everything. You see a lot of the machining, and we talked about that hood latch. Check it out. Machining it out of brass. There's your spring, striker plate, and there it is. It's just awesome stuff. Pleated headliner, sun visors, dome light, all this stuff, how he does it all the way through. But there's, I couldn't find a detail that wasn't in there. Even the door latches, when you close the doors, the little latches are in there. Everything is just right on. Bob's got a great eye for it. Now that was the 61 Pontiac, yeah, 61 Pontiac. This is the 64 Grand Prix. And everything about it. Check inside the trunk. And the other thing, you know, I was telling you that there's nothing that he really misses. Even the instructions for the spare tire, the decal, the sticker that's up here. Y'all know how I am about the ribbing that goes up underneath the underside of the deck lid. All of that is built in, accurate, and then there's the decal for the instructions on the spare. This is just unreal stuff. And a lot of this stuff is machined from brass, and then nickel plated. And just absolutely beautiful stuff. And there they are, with all the doors open, and even the gaps between the doors open and when they're closed. Just unreal. And there's the engine in the 61. But everything about them is just awesome. You need to pick up this issue, guys, and check it out. And then you've got your contest coverage. This is NNL East, which is, if not the biggest, among the biggest of the contests in the country. Hey, that's our buddy Frank. He did a thing on his channel about the floral top and a little history on that. Did a great job on this one, too. As soon as I saw it, I thought, hey, that is Frank's. But you got a great coverage from different shows. A lot of cool cars. And, you know, there's still a lot of guys that can't get to certain parts of the country. And there's been out west. I mean, I don't go. I have traveled halfway across the country to shows before. But, you know, as far as all the way to the left coast and all that, not too practical. But I'm probably going to do a couple of them, but anything that I miss, because you can't make them all, but you got some great coverage in some of the mags here. Check that 49 out with all the ground effects on it. But just some great coverage of a number of shows. And NNL East, like I said, there's no way you can get, I think, 1,200 plus cars in the magazine, but you can highlight some of them, but you do get to see them. Nice looking 55 Chrysler 300 there. And these bikes are really sharp too. A lot of really great stuff. That's a very unique Cord, and to open these doors and trunk on that kit, that took some work, but it looks like it's beautifully done too. And the plastic Undercover 2023 in Akron, Ohio. Great coverage there. Maybe I ought to back this off a little bit so you can see a little bit more. And you're missing some. Now this kind of stuff that's unique, that reminds me of my buddy Ricky Couch too. That's something he probably would have done. Or like this. Just cool stuff. And y'all would think I wouldn't know what this is, but that's a snow remover. And an old one at that, 1950 Ford plow, snow plow. When I lived in Missouri, I saw something similar to that. Hey, there's another floral vinyl top. But lots of contest coverage, and here's one from Chatsworth, California, the SoCal Open back in May. Some really cool stuff. Love those old Henry J. Gassers. I think that's what the only reason they were made was for that purpose. Awesome, check that out. While that's not my forte, I think that is just slim, beautiful, and it looks fast sitting still. Beautiful paint too. But some awesome looking wheels here, guys. Great inspiration, y'all. I'm starting to develop a thing for sedan deliveries, so British Invasion. Now these are, yeah, I was going to say 32nd, but they're 1/43rd scale. So they're pretty small. And these are those starter kits that come with the paint and the brush and the little thing of glue. And 43rd scale is probably about that long. They're small, and I may get one of these DB5s to do a 007 vehicle. I don't know why I would like that, but for the small scale group build this year, maybe bond it up a little bit. But check out the interior and a lot of the stuff in there. Looks pretty good. And the other one was, hold on here, guys. My camera's saying my battery's getting low, so I'll watch that for a minute. The other one was a Land Rover Series 1 pickup. And the builder on this one, and I didn't look to see who it was, so, but it's also 1/43rd scale, but he added some figures from the model railroaders. If you do an O scale, which is about 1/48th scale, and this is 1/43rd scale, it's close enough. So you've got a couple of guys in there from the railroad section. So when you're at the hobby shop, don't ever neglect other parts, whether it's RC parts, whether it's train stuff. Y'all know I use HO and N-gauge vent fans that go on the roof of modern, or the top of modern engines, rail engines, for the electric fans, and they are awesome. But for 43rd scale with stuff that comes with it, pretty cool. Then we get into the kit reviews, and this first one's the Chevelle Malibu SS. 1964 was the first year for the Chevelle, so this is like a curbside or an old promo, one of the promos. So there's no engine or anything, not in this issue anyway. And As you see, it looks like a pretty clean casting. And that's all there is to it. Like I said, it's like a promo. It's a pretty simple kit. Outstanding looking decals when you look at them, though. Lots of nice looking stuff there. Then you've got a BMW Z4. And these mean kits are off the hook. When you read through this stuff, it's really something. You have photo etch, you have decals, stickers, you've got the masks for the windows, so you can paint those. I mean, it's just really a well-detailed, very nice kit. And I think that's about it. There may be one more in here. Yeah, the mongoose we were talking about. Oh, wait a minute, there's another one. Ah, yeah, the 57 Ford Del Rio. This is one I'm probably going to have. The reason I say that is that paint scheme just stands out to me, but I've got a couple other colors that I think they're close to that, not quite, but I think they're going to be, they would look pretty good too. Great looking decal set. All of your parts. This is just a bad looking little car. And then you've got the Tom McEwen Mongoose, which we looked at up there in the Atlantis ad. Decals. And as you can see, all the parts are right there, just one thing. Very, very cool. And you've got your ads. And that is it for this issue, guys. 25 years in October. So that's cool. Appreciate you watching, guys. Sticking around for this one. Head over to HobbyNut Models. Check out Mark's inventory. Whether you're a military or automotive builder, he's got you covered. Great tools, paints, you name it. Photo etch, things like that as well when it comes to the military. And a lot of that stuff, as I was saying, like when you're in the hobby shop, go through all the photo etch and everything because it's great stuff. Guys, appreciate you very much. Hope y'all have an awesome one, and I will see you in the next video. God bless, guys.